Communication mediums do not merely transfer information. Through the use of communication, we symbolically represent aspects of the world and the people in it in ways that sometimes become more real than the words that we use suggest. We do not merely indicate a piece of reality when we use communication. Part of the function of communicating is to construct and display the aspects of the nature of things that we want to highlight. When we do that, we literally bring those aspects into being. Folks have always worried about the ways that new mediums wield this symbolic power. Each time a dramatic new way to represent ideas, activities, and life has come into existence, serious thinkers have raised significant questions and penetrating alarms about the potential negative outcomes. Their cautions are seldom heeded. Their concerns are only sometimes fulfilled by negative outcomes. But it is also very often the case that their concerns have merit. Once again, with digital communication technologies, we worry a lot. Because, best as we can tell, virtually everything known to humans on this planet has the potential to be represented by digital means. In some ways, that seemed the case when speaking first came along. One could speak about anything. When writing first came along, one could write about anything. When photography first started, one soon realized that pictures could capture aspects of the world never before seen by folks not present in the moment. We could go on, but the point is that every representational medium has appeared at its outset to be all-inclusive. And yet, each representational medium before digital had severe limits as to what reality it could capture. If, on the other hand, the very structures of life, for example, DNA, are strands of information that can be programmed and reprogrammed, then perhaps it is the case that this representational form, computational, computer-mediated communication, has more power and presents greater danger than all of the mediums that preceded it. Just as a bit is a bit is a bit, and doesn't care how it is defined, a bit can represent a wide variety of aspects and objects, be they sound, graphic, text, code-level instructions, etc. We have become able to take on a variety of identities augmented by the digital representations available to us. Now, on the one hand, we know that humans have become accustomed to filling a variety of roles in life, so having multiple identities might not be overly troublesome. But on the other hand, there is always a concern that the more varied and ubiquitous are the choices for identity, the more potential there is for confusion, especially among youth, who are caught in a biologically driven search for identity anyway. Now, there's a positive side to all this, and that is the notion that these potentials offered by computational technologies are actually just what we need in order to break out of old forms, old habits, old ways of organizing the world, and the old ways of categorizing things that controlled everything. It may very well be that the best way to master all of the knowledge that is available in the world, that we need to know about the world, is to generate more information than we ever thought we could manage, and then to use computers to attempt to control it. It is, after all, generally the case that adding information to the system helps the system work better and helps us to understand it better, as long as we don't overwhelm the system with trivial information on the way to mastering what we know. What might seem to be fragmentation of the self might well be a more thorough understanding of our real complexities.